Leslie, today I'm going to take the day off work, okay? What? Can you make sure to have any of the work I was supposed to be tasked with today and hand it out evenly among the rest of the team to have done for me? Amber, do you have a second? What's wrong? You and I both talked before about how the last time you took a day off, you used up the rest of your time off, right? That means this time you will not be paid for taking the day off, as you no longer have the PTO for it. Huh? This time will be considered an absence from work, and you won't be paid any money for this day if you take it off. What? Isn't that a little rude of you, though? The company is the one to decide how many PTO days you get in a year, and if you use more than that, then you will no longer receive 8 hours of pay for that day, and will be considered just an absence from work. This is the same rule that applies to everyone in this company, so it's not just you. Really? Are you sure this isn't just about you being jealous of a cute little 19-year-old girl like me? Excuse me? Why are you bringing something like that up now of all times? Well, look at yourself. You happen to be 40 years old and still single, right? That's true, but what does that have to do with your situation? I get that you've been trying to hide your private life from everyone else at work, but you have so much going on with you that it's far too easy for me to see the truth. Wait, I'm not trying to hide anything about myself from anyone, though. I also happen to have a fiancé now. Seriously? That has to be one big lie, right? There's no way a 40-year-old single woman like you could have found yourself a man that would actually be willing to marry someone like you still. You can stop it with all the lies about yourself, all right? Amber, this conversation is getting off topic now. Let's get back on topic, okay? Now, to repeat what I've said earlier, you have used up all your PTO, and that means today, if you do plan to take the day off, you will not be getting paid an 8-hour salary. That is all. All right. I have to take the day off today, so no matter what, I'll let you off the hook with that. This isn't about you letting me off the hook, or not about something that has little to do with me. I do not have the time to continue talking with a hysteric grandma all day, so I'm out of here. Leslie? Hello? This is the 19-year-old super cute new hire here. Good evening, Amber. It's a little past 8 now, so we're not in the office anymore. Is this something you can talk to me about tomorrow? Hey now, are you still upset about earlier? I get that you might have some hurt feelings about what I said, but you're way too old to be holding on to the past now, right, Grandma? Amber, what is it you want? Huh? Are you just here to make yourself seem all cute and stuff in front of me? Or are you trying to act as though you're better than me? Well, if either of those are the case, then it's a waste of time for the both of us, and you're better off refraining yourself from doing it anymore. What? Well, whatever. I don't have time to sit here and listen to an old woman and her awful attitude anyway, so I'll tell you what's going on here. Listen. This weekend, I'm going to be having my wedding. I'm inviting people like you, Leslie, and the rest of the people in the department to come along and watch. So, please come. This weekend, you said? That's pretty soon. I didn't have any other choice this time. I happen to have something major happen to me, and that's why I need to get married now. Wait, are you talking about that? I want to have this wedding before my belly gets too big, so that's why it's going to happen this weekend. That's the whole reason I've been having to take a lot of time off work. I see. So the reason you've been out of work at least once a week for the last month or two has been for that reason? And this coming Sunday, I'll be having the wedding at a really fancy restaurant. That's in 2 days, right? This is meant to be a surprise for you. A surprise! Well, I'm sure that seeing a cute and young bride all happy on her wedding will be difficult for a single 40-year-old grandma, but... Well, I just wanted to share some of my happiness with you on the day, huh? Amber? Your full name happens to be Amber Curtis, right? That's right. But of course, once I marry my man, I'll become Amber Bourne. In other words, your soon-to-be husband's last name is Bourne? That's right. I see. Mr. Bourne. And I'm going to become Amber Bourne. I really want people to start calling me that soon, so I want to get this show on the road. I'm sure you'll never have any idea what I'm talking about when I say it's going to be so amazing having my last name changed with marriage. But I hope this wedding will give you just a small taste of that experience. I'm going to make sure to rub all my happiness in your wrinkly old face, so make sure you're there. But I don't want you going after any of the men at this wedding, all right? None of them are going to want some 40-year-old single grandma, so leave them alone. I'm going to have to introduce myself to the groom, I think. What? I just told you to not try reeling in any men, all right? I'm not the type of woman that likes to steal other people's partners, so don't worry about that, please. Huh? My sister and her kids are going to be arriving at my house any time now to hang out, so I'll see you later. As for the time and place of the wedding, I'll have all that information sent into the office group chat. So make sure to read all of that later, please. Leslie! Were you able to make it to the restaurant yet? I know that today is going to be very tough for you, having to watch a youthful and cute 19-year-old get married right before your eyes. But do your best to swallow those tears and watch this wedding to the very end, okay? Good morning, Amber. Are you in the changing room right now? Yep. I just finished having my wedding dress and everything put on. And as for your soon-to-be husband, Mr. Bourne, he's at the restaurant as well, right? Of course he is. He told me he just got finished changing into his tuxedo. Is that so? All right, then. I would like to go see him before the wedding gets started. Would that be all right with you? Huh? Why do you want to see him so badly? Wait, are you literally going to try and take my groom from me today? The groom's full name is Max Bourne, right? Actually, through my sister, I may happen to know the groom. And, well, it's very important that I go and introduce myself to him today, so I'd like to be able to go to his changing room and see him. I suppose there are times like this after all. Well, it's not like he's going to fall for some old hag trying to flirt with him anyway. As long as you make it quick, I'll allow you to go and see him. Well, as long as you're all right with it, I'll make my way over to go and see him right now. I'll go over to his changing room as well now. Leslie, what the hell is this? Why is Max on his hands and knees apologizing to you? What the hell happened between you two? Amber, have you still not realized anything yet? What are you talking about? Have you not taken a look at what my last name is? You're Leslie Pines, right? Wait, you're related to Ashley Pines? She happens to be my little sister, actually. What? Ashley and I happen to be separated by many years, so most people would never think that the two of us are sisters. But after hearing from me that she's my sister and that we both share the same last name, you can understand things a little bit more clearly, right? Are you still going to question why your fiancé, Max Bourne, is on his hands and knees apologizing to me? Amber, this goes for you as well. You have something you need to tell Ashley right away, right? I'm sorry that I went and stole your husband from you. What is this? If you knew something was going on here, then why didn't you tell me about this a lot sooner? Why did you wait to tell me all of this until the day of my wedding? Because this would be the best chance for my sister and I to catch Max and handle him without him getting away from us. Huh? Your best chance to catch Max? When my sister started to go on about a divorce and all that, I was overseas and not in the States to help her deal with things. And I never even knew about most of this going on until after things between her and Max had been dealt with. Of course, I didn't get to hear about everything from Ashley about what had happened. And when Ashley did explain certain things to me, she never told me the name of the woman that had stolen her husband from her. So this whole time, I never knew who it could have been. But when I did learn about who it was, or at least was made aware of it, it was when you told me to come to your wedding today, 2 days ago. At the time you had told me that, I stated that my sister was coming over, and when she arrived, I told her about you and your wedding. And that's when I learned who you were. But even if that is the case, Ashley and Max are both divorced now, and he's paid her the settlement she asked for. You both should be totally fine leaving us alone and letting us enjoy our lives. Why the hell are you making him apologize even more? To you, Amber, you may think things are finished with a simple apology and a settlement like that being paid. But you are aware that Ashley and Max had 2 kids together, right? And so what? Right now, Max should be paying Ashley $700 a month for child support so that she can care for the 2 kids. And he has the responsibility to continue paying that $700 a month to her until the kids are both adults. He has to pay her $700 every month? But here's the problem. Within the first 3 months of the divorce and her getting their kids, he moved out of his place unannounced and changed his phone number. And then he just disappeared and ran away from Ashley. It's been half a year now, and he has not paid any of the child support to her within that time. So over time, we've been searching for him so that we could force him to do his job as the father of his 2 kids. And as we were starting to lose hope in finding him, we came across you, Amber. Are you kidding me? I guess this is what everyone means when they say we live in a small world, right? Are you freaking kidding me? Well, you should really enjoy this wedding you've worked so hard on having with your fiancé. My sister and I know where Max is now, and we're not leaving until his parents arrive here to help us handle him. Wait, he told me his parents disowned him a while ago. Well, they are pissed to have heard about him never paying the child support for his kids. They are going to continue to keep ties cut with him, but to get him to take responsibility for the child support and never have a way of running off, they're having him move into a new line of work. Some construction company his second uncle owns that's out in the middle of the mountains right now doing a 10-year-long job. A construction company out in the middle of nowhere? I'm not sure what all the details are on the company, but from what his parents have told me, it's a place that most ex-prisoners go to work, as the place is like a prison and reminds them of home in a way. Huh? What the hell? I think it's a great place for people to learn their duties as an adult and work them back into proper members of society, if they wish to leave, of course. So with that, when this wedding is over with, his parents and his second uncle will be hauling him off to that new company so he can start his job. Huh? Hold on a second. He and I just handed in our marriage papers this morning before the wedding, and we are already legally a married couple. You're telling me he's going to have to move into the mountains now without me? Well, some married couples happen to live like that for a while, right? But we wanted to be together forever, and that's why we've gotten married. Also, it's not just him that has lost ties to his parents, but me as well. That's why the 2 of us really wanted to be together. It's all because of you, you old hag, that we're going to lose this happiness we've had. You're the freak that thought it was okay to steal someone else's husband and ruin their happiness all so that you could have a husband of your own. Because of you and your BS, you took my sister's husband away from her and left her with a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old that she has to raise all by herself. It's because of you that those 2 kids no longer have a father. Just because you're young doesn't mean you get a free pass to do whatever you want. At least I'm not the forever alone grandma. I'm getting married next year. Huh? And also, the fact that you keep calling me an old hag and a grandma might be hurtful to some. But I actually like being called that because a lot of people who are actual grandmas are very nice people. They happen to take really good care of their family and their friends, just like I'm doing now. In my case, I'm caring for my single little sister and her 2 kids. And I'm here to protect them from someone like their husband and father, who left the 3 of them with nothing, trying to get away with no damage to himself. And from someone like you who caused all of this to happen in the first place to them, ruining the family they had. I will never forgive you for any of it, Amber. If you really want to be with Max and live a loving and happy life together, then go right ahead. Now I'm going to go back outside and wait for the two of you to finish that wedding you've been wanting to rub in my face this whole time. But just know that I'm not sure who will all show up for it today, and what'll happen when they come. It became time for the wedding after I'd been finished talking with Amber. In reality, there was supposed to be around 30 people coming to see the wedding, but a large amount of those people ended up saying no to the invitation. In reality, only a few people dropped by to see it. And I totally understand why most didn't come anyway, as Amber only sent out her invitations to everyone 2 days before her wedding date. Because nobody had really showed up, Amber and Max, both dressed up for the wedding, got on stage and started to shout at one another about what was going to happen. In the end, they got into a really bad fight and started to damage a lot of the things inside the restaurant. And this led to the both of them having to pay off thousands in fees to the place. And on top of those fees, Max would also be asked to pay for the past 6 months' worth of child support. After the wedding had been finished and Max was sent off to work, Amber had her baby and was then forced to go to work for that company as well. She's working in a different shift than her husband, and with the help of her higher up there, she's being worked so hard that every day she forms at least 10 new calluses on her hands. And all of this in order for those two to pay off everything they owe and more. When it comes to myself, being the old grandma that I happen to be to Amber, I've defied all odds and am going to be having my wedding in the next couple of months here. And what she doesn't know is that my fiancé happens to be 10 years younger than me. But in his eyes, he doesn't really care about my age, as he finds mature women a lot more decent than young women like Amber. I'll make sure to send her an invitation soon to the location she's working, and maybe she'll have enough cell service out there to give me a call congratulating me. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. Nate, I'm sorry, but I can't do this anymore.
Huh? What's wrong?
I'm breaking up with you.
What? Oh, hold on. What is this all of a sudden?
I just can't handle being with you anymore.
Hillary, please calm down and tell me what's going on. Why can't you handle being with me anymore?
Seriously, Nate, come on. Are you actually going to pretend like you don't know?
I don't have to pretend because I legitimately have no idea what brought this on all of a sudden. If it was something I did or said, then I'm sorry and want to do better, so please, let's talk about this, okay? What happened to make you feel this way?
Oh my god, there's no point in me even telling you. It's not like it's something you can actually do better about.
You're still not making any sense. What is it? What's wrong?
It's your family, Nate.
My family?
If your family is really okay with living in that complete dumpster fire of a house, then that gives me serious doubts about trying to build a future together with you.
What? What do you mean dumpster fire? We do have one house that's about 50 years old, but we've been taking pretty good care of it. It's not like we've completely abandoned it. We do regular inspections, monthly cleanings, lawn mowing, and all that sort of thing. So I don't really think it's fair to call it a dumpster fire.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. You don't even have the self-awareness to see that your house is disgusting. How can you bear to live like that? I can't build a future with someone from a family like yours, so I'm breaking up with you.
Hillary, I think you're under a big misunderstanding. Look, this is not a conversation that we can have by text. Let's meet up and talk, okay?
Not a chance. I am never talking to you again for as long as I live. If we should ever meet on campus or in town, I'm just going to ignore you and pretend that I don't know you, so you do the same. Got it? Goodbye. Hey, Nate. Long time no see. How are things? It's me, Hillary, remember? I just saw you on TV and oh my god, I couldn't believe my eyes. You're the biggest rags to riches story I've ever seen. You grew up in that rundown old house and now you're filthy rich living in a huge mansion. They should make a movie about you. Anyway, let's meet and catch up. I'm in the mood for French, I think. I've never tried caviar. Do you know any good places? Oh, and then maybe we could go shopping for a new handbag for me?
Hey, Nate, got a minute? Wow, great timing, Sean. I was just about to send you a message. Let me take a stab in the dark. It's about Hillary? Yeah, she randomly texted me out the blue this afternoon and started blowing up my phone with texts and calls. None of which I answered, obviously. But it seems like she wants to get back together with me. Do you know anything about this, Sean? Oh yeah, that psycho chick has been going through every single one of our old college friends trying to find out as much information about you as she can. What the? Why now? What do you think? That oblivious moron somehow got the idea in her head that you were dirt poor. And now that she knows you're rich, she wants to get back together. You've got to be kidding me. It's been 7 years. Yeah, well, with Hillary, the only thing that matters in a guy is how many zeros are in his bank account balance. Apparently she's looking to settle down with a rich guy to take care of her, so she's been frequenting all the upper-class hangouts where the young entrepreneurs go. And I guess she figures that since the two of you have an established history together, maybe she has a chance to get back together with you. Not a chance in hell. Yeah, that's what I thought you'd say. Oh, but anyways, everyone knows what the circumstance of your breakup were, as well as the fact that nothing good can come out of getting involved with Hillary and all her schemes, so they just all left her on red. Well, that's a relief. For now, I think I'll just keep on ignoring her like I have been. That's probably for the best. So, yeah, I'll just ignore the messages and calls for a while, monitor the situation. If you hear any new information, let me know as soon as possible, okay? You got it, bro.
Hey, Nate. So I was thinking about our date. I don't think we really decided on when we would meet up yet, right? I just remembered what you were saying during your TV interview. You took over your dad's company and started instituting a bunch of quality of life improvements for your employees, right? Like adding remote work options, more flexible hours, that sort of thing. So it sounds like you're probably at home a lot of the time. That means we'll have tons of time to see each other. Awesome! So, tomorrow, I went ahead and made a reservation at that fancy new French restaurant downtown in your name for 12 noon tomorrow. I'll see you at the restaurant. Hey, Nate, have you left your house yet? This is kind of our first date in 7 years, and you're running late? Like, really, Nate? I'm gonna head into the restaurant. Text me when you get here, got it? What is your problem, Nate? Where are you? Standing me up on our first date in 7 years? What kind of man are you? I expected you were going to pay the bill for dinner, so I didn't bring my wallet. What am I supposed to do now? Hurry up and get down here to pay the check. If you're going to be my husband, you're going to have to prove to me that I can rely on you, understand? Hey, wait a minute. Are you ignoring my messages? They aren't getting marked as read.
Hey, Sean, this is getting out of hand fast. Yeah, I heard. Did she seriously book a reservation in your name, expecting you to pay for her lunch? She's been blowing up my phone for 3 days. Yesterday, she made up plans for a date with me at some fancy French restaurant. And then, just like you said, actually made a reservation in my name in a place that costs at least $100 a plate. And then she went to the place, declared that I would be paying for the meal, and get this, then she starts telling me that we're getting married. Eesh, what a nut job. You're telling me. Did you hear anything else about that? Yeah. A friend of mine actually works at the restaurant she went to, and according to him, when the manager told her to pay her bill or he'd call the police, she started crying her eyes out, and then just called her parents and they paid the bill. Good God, what is wrong with her? She was name-dropping you big time, saying that you'd be very unhappy with the way she had been treated. I think it's safe to say she'll try using the same tactic again, so be on the lookout. You might want to put the word out, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I'll be making some moves on that front soon. Thanks for letting me know.
Hey, Nate. So my parents kicked me out of their house last night, and since I have no place to go, I'll go ahead and move into your huge mansion so we can be together all the time. I'm getting on a bus right now. I'll see you soon. Oh, that's right. The city courthouse is on the way, so I'll go ahead and submit our marriage certificate since I'll be in the area anyway.
Whoa, hold on.
Nate? Nate, is that you? You finally answered me.
Yeah, because I had to stop you before you go doing something really stupid.
What do you mean? Anyway, like I said, I'll be over there soon, sweetie. I can't wait to start our new life together. I'm the luckiest girl in the world to have a husband like you.
I've been married for 3 years, Hillary.
What?
Which you would have found out anyway if you actually went to the courthouse, but I figured I'd save you a pointless trip.
You're not fooling me. I've been asking tons of people about you, and no one said anything about you having a wife.
Yeah, no one said anything to you, period. Because they were all in agreement that they wouldn't tell you anything about me.
What do you mean?
Don't you remember? After you dumped me, you went around to everyone telling them that I'm a poor loser living in a broken down old house. Don't tell me you didn't notice how they reacted to that.
You're making 0 sense. When I broke up with you, you were a poor loser living in a broken down old house. I was just telling the truth. What's wrong with that? You didn't even have the self-awareness to realize your house was so trashy. You were completely low class. Were you trying to forget your childhood trauma by pretending you actually lived in the big fancy house next door?
Wait a minute. A dumpy house next door to a nicer house.
Yeah. Seriously, how could you be satisfied with such a low standard of living while looking out of your window at what a real house looks like? At least you seem to have come to your senses now.
Let me confirm something. Is this house you're talking about on Millwood Drive? Blue siding, 2-story, big walnut tree in the side yard?
Yeah, pretty sure that's the one. I don't know what a walnut tree looks like, but it definitely was 2 stories and had blue siding. Now that you mention it, they put a picture of it up during your interview on TV the other day. Yeah, that's definitely the one. And you got so rich that you were able to buy that big mansion next door, right? I guess me breaking up with you gave you the drive you needed to finally make something of yourself. You're welcome. And now you're finally getting the biggest reward of all, me as your wife.
I didn't buy that house.
What?
It was already mine. I grew up in that house from the moment I was born.
Huh?
When I took over my dad's company 2 years ago, he put that house and all the rest of our property in my name too. That house next door, the one that you said was old, run down, a dumpster fire, and that sort of thing. That was the house my dad's pets lived in.
His pets?
Yeah, he's always had a thing for reptiles. He has a ton of them. Chameleons, geckos, lizards, you name it. My mom, however, can't stand the sight of them. So he brought the roughly 50-year-old abandoned house next door and transformed it into a sort of private zoo where he keeps all his reptiles. Might look a bit old from the outside, but he renovated the entire interior when he bought it, so it's pretty nice in there now. He also changed it so the main entrance is on the back side of the house, so it's easier to get there from our property.
Oh, wait. So that's why I saw you going in that house all the time?
Yeah. Back when we were dating, my dad got a bit of a nasty flu that put him in the hospital for a while. And I was the one who took care of his pets while he was away. I'd stop in there first after my classes were finished, feed the pets, clean what needed to be cleaned, and then go home. That's why I would always go in there.
Oh, okay.
It's strange that you knew about me going in there, though, since I never invited you over to our house. Don't tell me you were following me.
Well, I mean, I was your girlfriend, and you never invited me over to see your house? That's weird, isn't it? I figured maybe you were hiding something from me. Then, well, I saw you going into that old house, and, you know...
Hillary, we were only dating for 2 months. We had this conversation at the time, too. I told you that I wanted to get to know you better before I took you to meet my parents. I didn't want to feel like I was being rushed into our relationship.
Well, thanks for telling me about how you felt. Wow, it feels really good to have such a deep conversation with you. And now that we've finally reconnected, I am more hopeful than ever about our future together.
What relationship?
Our marriage, silly! I'm at the courthouse right now. I'm gonna go submit our marriage certificate.
Were you listening at all? I told you I'm married.
What?
Did you seriously ignore the single most important part of this conversation?
I guess it must have slipped past me.
That's no excuse. You said you watched my TV interview, right? Did you also happen to miss the portion of that interview where they interviewed my wife?
That's who that was? I thought she was your maid.
You must have had cotton balls in your ears too, because the segment where we talked about how we met and our honeymoon was a full 5 minutes.
So, it's true? You're really married?
So like I was saying, don't waste your time. Even if you try to submit it, they won't accept it. Got it?
But...
And this is where I exit this conversation.
Hey!
I made the mistake of not blocking you when we broke up 7 years ago, but I'll be remedying that in short order.
Nate, stop, please. Didn't you hear me? My parents kicked me out of their house. I don't have anywhere else to go. You have to help me.
No, I don't have to help you. You're an adult. Figure it out for yourself.
Nate, please, let me live with you. How can you do this to me?
I was concerned for a while that Hillary might try to storm into my house, regardless of my warnings. But her parents had realized that she was about to do something stupid again, and they caught up with her and dragged her back home. Apparently, they had set a condition for paying the very expensive bill at the restaurant the other day, that she would get married to a friend of her father's who happens to be in his 50s. She tried to back out of it after they had already paid the bill. But they told her that if she didn't go through with her end of the bargain, they'd disown her and kick her out to the curb. It was at that point that she came up with her master plan of getting married to me. Too bad for her, I was already married. That day, Hillary actually did turn in a marriage certificate to the courthouse and it was accepted. Why is that, you may ask? Well, Hillary had forged my name onto a marriage certificate, thinking that once it was accepted, there wouldn't be anything I could do. However, her parents caught on to the plan. While she was out, they took the marriage certificate she had signed and forged my signature on, then swapped it out for one with her name and the man they wanted her to marry. What a big-time backfire.